the rand is still trading as if South Africa's President Jacob Zuma is as good as gone. But the options market suggests some investors are starting to lose conviction. The currency extended its advance on Tuesday even after Zuma refused the ruling African National Congress order to step down. The rand advanced since December the 18th, when market favorite Cyril Ramaphosa was elected leader of the ANC, is the strongest out of 16 major peers. But the premium of contracts to sell the rand over those to buy it in the next week, known as the 25 Delta risk reversal, climbed for a fifth straight day, reaching a level last seen before Ramaphosa clinched the ANC's leadership battle. Well, let's get the latest news on South Africa's leadership battle and implication on the economy. Investment trader Petri Redelinga joins me via Skype from South Africa. Many thanks for your time, Petri. Yes.
Thank you very much for having me.
Really, is the government running out of time to signal a new beginning for Africa's most industrialized economy?
To some extent, yes. I think that the credibility of the ruling party and the current sort of governmental structure is waning by the day, as we are, witnessing what is a very difficult, I suppose, not that difficult, but like a transition phase where the current president of the country is now being recalled. And there's a lot of resistance. There were a lot of demands made in terms of the negotiations that were done in terms of the president stepping down and so on. And it's almost as if, if too many of the demands that were made are met, then a lot of credibility will be lost. So some of the demands were that a period of 3 months be granted in order for him to finalize business before he can step down, which they've turned away. There's also a demand that was made that, the state continues to pay legal fees for his defense in these, he's got over 600 cases of fraud and corruption against him. And also that he continues to get protection from the state in terms of VIP security and that type of stuff. And, now really whether or not those demands will be met, I think a lot of credibility will either be made or lost in the ruling party, depending on how they deal with those demands. And also, the time frame in which he steps down. So today they announced that through a national elective conference, the NEC meeting, they decided that they want to recall the president. However, they didn't specify a timeline in which that is meant to happen. It is now almost up to the president to decide when he wants to leave. So during the speech, we were assured that he would address the public tomorrow at some point, but what time, we don't know. So it is almost like a wait-and-see game. The market, I think, has responded.
Wow, a wait-and-see game, Petri. But already analysts or traders, let me say, traders' conviction already shaky on rand's direction. And many already say that the longer it takes, the higher the risk of reversal in rand's fortunes. Yeah,
so that is pretty spot on, really. So we saw initially coming into the into this week on the back of the rumors that President Jacob Zuma might be recalled, that the rand was firming up quite a bit. We have seen that since December last year to now, the rand has performed very well, trading from around 14 rand, strengthening to be under 12 rand. It's about 11 rand 95 at the moment, trading to the dollar, 11.97 to the dollar. So there's been a lot of strength and a lot of anticipation that the reign of Zuma is coming to an end. Now it comes down to, they actually have to move and do this. Alternatively, all this positive sentiment towards South Africa may shift away from the country, and we might be stuck in a situation where we have a weakening currency again. There are other tailwinds to the strengthening currency, which is an overall strengthening of emerging market currencies, an overall feeling that emerging market, share markets or stock markets are where the bargains are found, and where, if you are looking for real investment return and you are a developed market fund or whatever the case is, you are considering emerging markets as a home for your investments at this point. So there are all those tailwinds as well. We've benefited, I think, somewhat more than most other emerging markets, especially in terms of our currency, because we've had this lagging effect that we've had 9 years of President Zuma. and that has tainted the reputation of our country somewhat. So now, as the rumors are surfacing that he's going to leave, so we start seeing bigger and bigger inflows into South Africa in particular, and into our currency as well. So yeah, I mean, so they have to sort of move. They can't delay too long. We have to have clarity. The way that things were left this afternoon,
All right,
was
Petri.
very uncertain.
Yeah,
Yes.
very briefly before I let you go now, who has the right to fire Zuma? Because it seems the party will put him there cannot or do not have the authority to do so.
Well, so they have the authority to do a number of different things. So they've asked him to step down. If he doesn't step down, there are a number of opposition parties who have already put forward a motion of no confidence in the president. So the 7th, I think, vote will take unless he steps down. And then, of course, the party can use that channel to, I suppose, force him to by against no confidence. That will, of course, mean that the entire cabinet is out, and that will probably need to go to a snap election within sort of 3 months. Alternatively, they can revoke his membership to the party. There are different ways and mechanisms that they have within the party to force him to step down or to remove him from his post. They have elected to take the high road almost and give him the opportunity to step down with grace so that they don't embarrass him, which I think is quite a dignified move. They're giving him the chance to walk away with his head held high. If he chooses not to, they have internal mechanisms within the ruling party and the constitution of the ANC itself to get rid of him, more forcefully.
Well, we hope that we won't have to wait too long before we get that news that he has resigned, so as not to have a very dire implication on the currency and the economy. Well, many thanks for your time, Petri, and we'll surely get back to you on how things unfold.
Thank you very much for having me.